Greetings, light workers, starseeds, wayshores, divine sovereigns, all our good people of the new earth. Hope you're having a beautiful and blessed day. Today is August 26, 2026. Another 888 portal. This will be the final 888 portal of this year and of this Lionsgate season. So today they released in the public that Tim Curry now at 80 years old passed. Yesterday it was Dolly Parton, 80 years old. And now coincidentally, this tropical storm forming off the Atlantic is named Dolly. So it's all central casting being released. There's a lot of intel that, these people have already been gone for years and now they're just playing out this game. This is all part of the simulation. Be sure to check out the video I put out yesterday. I'll put a link in the comments about the cataclysm of 1988. So this 8-8 symbolism, lion energy, the 8 is a torus, a toroidal field, like the figure 8. You can see it turned to the side, it's infinity, it's time looping upon itself. So you have within our physical body, all form has a torus, a toroidal field. It's an electromagnetic field of energy. And if you turn it to the side, so we have a double torus. Everything is a double torus, double toroidal field. So you see, if you turn one to the side up and overlap, it creates a double torus, which is like the cross. And so the cross is linear, this is non-linear. And if you put the two together, it creates the Ankh. See, like the teardrop, the Ankh. Right in the middle at 0 point, that's the singularity. That's the still white magnetic light at the center of all things. And this is an ancient symbol here. This is a double Dorje or Vajra. Dorje in Tibet, this is Tibetan. This is a double Vajra. Vajra in Sanskrit meaning thunder and lightning. Thunder. See, this is one of my Vajras, Dorjes. It's electricity. It's electromagnetism, a torus, a toroidal field, because the ancients knew everything is a torus. Or also symbolize the Merkaba. It is a pyramid, the Star of David. The Mer, M-E-R-K-K-A-B. Merkaba or Merkaba. Ba is the fire. In Arabic, Baba, like father, fire, Papa, Italian. And like pyre or pyramid, P-Y-R-A-M-I-D, Pera. Mid, Ra is the fire, the sun, in Egyptian. So pyramid means fire in the middle, because the pyramid itself creates, in the center of this triangle is the singularity, and it's a vortex. So spiraling out from the center is the vortex. That's a black hole, and a white hole. The internal, the external, the yin, the yang. So you also see within the yin yang symbol of Tai Chi, the black and the white. So you have with that sine wave, the sine wave in the middle. It's a little blurry here. And then you have within the black, the white, and within the white, the black. The classic yin yang. Yin is feminine, yang masculine, or black and white, light and dark. It's duality. So this is also a toroidal field, symbol of a torus, but it's two-dimensional. So the spiral in and the spiral out, everything expands as a sphere and contracts as a square. So, it's all symbolism. So everything they're putting out now is symbolic. And we all know Hollywood, what they're up to, and these people, these famous, they call stars, because people worship them. And they're just actors, it's central casting, and everything that's coming out now is all part of the movie Unraveling but all the symbolism is in there, and it's no coincidence that these two, Dolly at 80 and then Tim Curry at 80, 88. I've been talking about this for weeks, and we're in this eclipse corridor, and it's just before tomorrow. The 27th will be the lunar eclipse. So we went from the 8-8 Lionsgate through the solar eclipse and into tomorrow's lunar eclipse in Pisces, the fish. The fish, which is the Vesica Pisces. The Vesica Pisces is the two spheres overlapping. These are two to, creating the figure 8 and the eye in the middle. See, that's like a fish. You see that symbolism in many religions, Christianity, Judaism, the Vesica Pisces, it's sacred geometry because they know everything is sphere. So the two, the yin and the yang, where it overlaps, these are timelines overlapping. I spoke of it in my 8-8 cataclysm, how we shifted to a whole new timeline in 88, and it played out until the 2012, the end of that calendar system, the end of that timeline, as we shifted into a whole new timeline. And now we're in the final timeline of the false matrix and transforming into the divine creatrix of the fifth dimension. So this is all symbolic, and I just want to put out a quick video. My kitty is wanting some attention here. So this is all symbolic. So we have the 8-8, and tomorrow, this is the Pisces lunar eclipse, a full moon and lunar eclipse. So all these things are projected out into the mind of humanity because they know, that humanity, you and I, the light workers, the way showers, divine sovereigns, are breaking free from these archon time loops. See, we realized that we were trapped. See, Buddha talked about the samsara, being trapped within cycles, and he turned the wheel of Dharma. Dharma is truth. So the Dharma will free you. The truth shall set you free. That was in the Bible. So now that we realize that, we are divine sovereign beings, we've been lied to about most things. We are not separate from source. We are not separate from God. We are projection of that still white magnetic light at the center of all things, God, consciousness, truth, whatever name you want to give to source, infinite source, creator. And you cannot separate the creation from the creator. It is, we are, everything in reality, everything in the simulation is a projection from the Holy Spirit. That it is Great Spirit in motion. Everything is in constant state of flux, constant state of evolution, constant state of transformation. And our consciousness creates our reality. So humanity's waking up to the fact that we are the creators of our reality. We are co-creators, our collective consciousness, our unity consciousness. People are waking up to, that we are all connected, that there is no separation, only within the simulation, and the whole separation duality programs are lies, and we're all in this together. So humanity is waking up. This is what we call the Great Awakening, waking up to the truth of who we are, who I am. This is the I am presence within every living being, your pure awareness, Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness. This all fingers pointing the same moon of truth, that we are all one. There's one consciousness experiencing infinite realities, through the mind. The mind is the mirror. So these projections are returning. The mind reflects itself perfectly and is projected into the field. This is a quantum field. People are realizing that everything is vibration, everything is sound, everything is light. So we're all returning to the gnosis, to the truth of our true nature, our Buddha mind, our Christ consciousness, to free humanity from these slavery systems. And we're very close. The quantum systems have come online this past Monday. The systems of benevolence to free humanity from, the hijacked system I talk about in the 8-8 cataclysm, the 1988, when we shifted to a whole new timeline, consciousness, humanity, to live out the final sequences of, the false projections, and we're resolving all things perfectly in truth, in the mind of awakened consciousness. 1010, there we go. So the 88, this is the final 888 of this month, this year, and we're now in Virgo season. So this is the time of the harvest into the equinox on, let's see, September 21st, 22nd, something around there, where we shift into Libra, the balancing of the scales. This is the balance, the harmony, which we're returning to. Humanity is returning to the state of Eden, of where all beings are equal, a true equality. All living beings, all sentient beings live in abundance and freedom and truth, where we all thrive. There's enough resources, enough abundance in the world for every human being to thrive and live the best life ever. So have a beautiful, blessed day. We appreciate you all for your support. Thank you all very much. Those of you, many of you supported us for many years, and those that continue to support us, we're very grateful, appreciate you all. And I'll put out another video. I'll try to put out another video later about the RV. This is part of the quantum systems and the Sarjasar. We're seeing a big day, September 1st, that, anytime between now and September 1st, the switch can be flipped. A lot of intel is coming in on, people, the Terra 4B being released publicly here very soon. So we'll put out a short video about that. So have a beautiful, blessed day. Namaste.